Good evening and welcome to the Decatur County Fair. We're coming to you live on Saturday night. The action is starting to pick up and we've got all kinds of fun tonight, don't we?
We do, and this is the second evening of the Live at 5, presented by Holzbosch Dairy and powered by Cobia Solar, right here on the Vinyl Solutions stage. So we encourage you to either follow along if you're listening on the radio or on YouTube, or come out and join us in person. We're in the Farm and Home building on the west side of the Decatur County 4-H Fairgrounds for Saturday night at the Decatur County Fair.
That's right. If you aren't able to get out here, you can see it on YouTube. You can also see our livestock shows. And on YouTube, you can like us, you can follow us, and you can subscribe. So we encourage you to do so. Today's been a busy day at the fair. They started out with the horse and pony show this morning. I heard that was quite big and interesting, so we'll have results coming in from that. Also, the rabbit show took place today, and the Gilt and Barrow swine show. So I know it wrapped up early afternoon, but had over 100 hogs this year in it.
That's great, and of course we're right in the weather for fair and for those hog shows. I feel like it's always really hot when the hogs are out there, and kids are showing their stuff all dressed up in the 4-H gear and ready to go. So
And the sweat just rolling.
That's right.
It just this morning I thought, oh, it's a little bit less humid, but I don't think so.
Right. And then also today was the baby show.
It was, yes. So I heard it was a great show. I know there were some twins entered into it, and lots of babies. So they all, got their ribbon, and they've made their parents proud. So
that's great. So all of that's been happening all day here at the Decatur County 4-H Fairgrounds. But tonight there's even more going on, of course, and because it's Saturday, the Lures Ideal Rides is already open. So that opened at 5 o'clock, right when we came on the air.
That's right. I had a chance to ride the Century Wheel last night. I'm confident that you can do this. It was not scary. It was easy. It could happen the last day of the fair. We'll see. But tonight's the big night in the grandstand, though. Tonight is the Demolition Derby. The gates are open now for the Demolition Derby. At 7 o'clock, it will kick off. Pit passes are $20. Grandstand is $10, and 5 and under are free. And again, if you're coming in to actually be a part of the Demolition Derby, you're going to come in past the rides and hit the new road to get down into the pit.
And then if you're going in by foot into the pits, it's still here on the north end by the horse building, so you can still go in that way. I have seen several of the Demolition Derby cars throughout town today as I was out and about. There was some on flatbeds and wreckers that are happening.
All right, so we want to give a big thanks, a huge thank you to our sponsors tonight: Decatur County REMC, Obermeyer Agri Group, Decatur County Recycling, the Napoleon State Bank, Stone's Farm Service, George's Pharmacy, Steer Heating and Cooling, Acre Automotive Group, Kokelmeyer Brothers, and Dave Henderson for Decatur County School Board. Without all those people, we would not be here.
That's right, and it's great. And this is the second year that you and I've done this. What started out as an idea of yours has really turned into something now where we're really planning out to have guests with us. Of course, last night we had Sheriff Bill Myros, Matt Mobley from the Holzbosch Dairy joined us. He's going to join us again this evening. And they have a really cool project that they're working on that is really innovative in agriculture, which is their biodigester that they're getting ready to break ground on. So I'm excited to talk to him about that tonight. So you'll want to be sure that you stay tuned for the show for him to join us too. And then we're also going to hear from Taylor Grammond with the Optimist tonight, and a few others sprinkled here and there.
We do. Well, always have surprises. That's the best part about it. So.
That's right. And then something else that you've added this year is our Farmer of the Day. And we had the first one yesterday, and so we're going to have the second one today.
We do. So tonight will be Mr. and Mrs. Tebby. They will be here tonight, and I'm excited for them. They're at least second generation, they may be third generation. So we'll find out more of their story this evening, and that will take place about 20 till 6. So all of that coming up on our Live at 5 news, brought to you by Holzbosch Dairy, powered by Cobia Solar, and that's all from the Vinyl Solutions stage.
That's right, and we're doing it all. So we're going to take our first break for 2 minutes, and then we're going to be joined by Taylor Grammond from the Optimist Club.
And then they go to Florida.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Vinyl Solution stage in the Farm and Home Building at the Decatur County 4-H Fairgrounds. It's Saturday night. The crowds are picking up. The rides are already opened, and we have our first guest, which is Taylor Graham, and she's here tonight to talk to us about the Optimist Club. And so, Taylor, I know all about the Optimist because I get to be a member of the Optimist, but there may not be a lot of people that do. So why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so the Greensboro Breakfast Optimist Club meets weekly at 6:30 in the morning at the Bread of Life. Each week we have a different program, so that might be a business in the community, comes in, tells us about their business, what they contribute to the community, or we might have something event-based. So if there's an event coming up, we might ask someone from that event to come in and tell us about it. And then we also have programs that we have every year. So we have like our Firefighter of the Year, our Optimist of the Year, and then every month we have a Youth of the Month. So that is a senior student from Greensboro, South and North, and we rotate by month. So it's, you know, they each get a turn and then we just continue that rotation. So that's 1 week a month, every month.
Now, you guys do have your annual booth out here at the fairgrounds. How long do you know has that been going on?
I'm not sure how long it's been going on. Several years. I actually, when I cheered in high school, I cheered at Greensburg, and I would come in and I would have to, you know, be a waitress because our booth is the only one that has, you actually sit down and you get served. So it's the local schools, their cheerleading teams, and I believe we have a dance team this year that actually is serving. So for quite a while.
A long time. And what kind of food do you guys offer?
Yeah, we have our Big O, which is a quarter pounder. That's like our special item, if you will. We have chicken tenders, hot dogs, good variety of different things.
All right, so the Optimists do a lot of projects. The Flag Project is one of my favorites, and it affects our entire community. So tell people about that.
Yeah, so the Flag Project, we have 6 holidays a year that we put out flags. And this can be at your residential property. We can put them along the courthouse. Businesses, we have them at quite a few businesses. And you purchase a flag, you can get it for either a year for $30 or 4 years for $100. So if you do 100, you definitely save a little bit. But we will handle everything when it comes to those 6 holidays, such as Flag Day, 9/11, your patriotic holidays, if you will. And we handle putting up the flag, taking down the flag. We have at least 9 different routes of people that go and put up these flags, and we have some people that just set the bases, some that actually put up the flags, and some that take down the flags. So we split it up. We get lots of members involved in that project.
It is quite the production, really, and I think one of the great things that the Optimist Club's done in the last maybe year or so is if it falls on a Friday, they stay up all weekend, which is really nice because it is a really cool sight to see when they're all set up all over our community, not only in the city, but at Lake Sanity. And I know like Base Road has about like 100% participation.
That's our route. They do.
So,
that's our route that we do.
And so it's really great to see that. And the Optimists, a lot of people ask where they come from, like who does them, and then explaining that the Optimist does. And it's a great donation. Yeah, you save a little bit of money on your 4th year, but it's really about donating to the cause and scholarships and all kinds of good stuff that the Optimist does as well.
Now, the Optimists do give out a lot of scholarships. They support the youth in the community. What's kind of the background to that?
So Optimists, our focus is on the youth. So all of the money that we get from the flag program, that all goes back into the community. So whether it's we donate to an organization, whether we donate through our scholarships, if we have a different contest, like we have a photography contest, and when we do that and we award prize money, that money stays in the community. So any money that we take in goes right back out.
Now, how did you yourself become part of the Optimist Club?
So I actually spoke. I was a program at the Optimist Club talking about the Tree City Fall Festival in 2020, I believe. And then I got to know some people that were on Optimist, and then they recruited me basically. So I've been a part of the Optimist board. Actually, this will be my 3rd year this fall.
All right. So I always joke, but you guys are always so happy at 6:30 in the morning to be at your meetings.
Yeah. And we have, the Bread of Life provides a great breakfast. So, we always start with the pledge. We have a prayer at the beginning. We eat our breakfast. We have a program. And then we always recite that creed at the end. So it is early, but it's a great start to your day.
So if someone's interested in the Optimist Club, the flag program, any of those kind of things, how can they get a hold of you guys?
Yeah, we have a Facebook page, or they can reach out to me directly through my email, my phone number. I'm more than happy to get anyone an application or just answer any questions for them that they have.
Yeah. And Rick Nobby's the president of Optimist this year, so he could obviously be a great resource. And there's a lot of members that are Optimist in our community, so just ask around. You can probably find one as well. Taylor, one other thing before we let you go too. Obviously this year, Meryl Smith's passing has been widely affected in our community. he was a very active member of the Optimist, and I know that the Optimist has been doing a lot to honor him, and as a lot of other groups have been, but he's been a very instrumental part in the club for years, and more people are going to be needed to help fill those shoes too.
Right. Merrill attended our board meetings. He's not on the board, but we always welcome him at those meetings. So he's missed at our regular weekly meetings, at our board meetings. He ran our membership drive. So that is a program that we do about a month every year. And that's where we split up the whole membership. So we split our 100-ish members into 4 teams. We do a draft. We have team captains. And then you can get points based on if people on your team that are members come, if they bring a guest, if they have someone that actually signs up. So Merrill led that. That program is something that is really going to have to be worked on this next year, because we also had our kickoff at Fireside. So this next year is going to look completely different, but I'm sure it'll be great. And, we talk about Merrill at all our meetings. We had a stream of his jokes, because another thing we always do is the jokes, sometimes not so good jokes. Sometimes they're like moaners, especially at 6:30. But we just got through our list of jokes that Merrill had provided. We looked at pictures that his wife Linda had provided for us. So we're definitely thinking about him at all of our meetings.
I think throughout the entire fair this year, and just in our community, that's something that Merrill was known for, his optimism, no matter what it was.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Again, go visit the Optimist booth. You guys are open every night?
Every night.
All right. And what time do you open?
There's some days that we're here all day. It varies. But I'm there Monday night.
All right.
So come see me Monday night.
And I'm there Monday for lunch.
Oh, well,
so
perfect.
You can come twice on Monday and see both of us.
Yes.
All
so
right.
That'll work.
Okay.
Very good. All right.
Thanks,
we'll be back live at 5 on WTRE with our next guest on Tree Country 1330.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
See, I need that pink golf cart.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Decatur County 4-H Fairground. Holzbosch Dairy presents the Live at 5 on WTRE, powered by Cobia Solar from the Vinyl Solutions stage. And once again this evening, we've got Matt Mobley with us, who is representing the Holzbosch Dairy, and he's sort of shared some fun facts with us yesterday. He's back today. And Matt, I know yesterday we talked about getting the youth involved and making sure that they're engaged in the efforts you put in with 4-H and FFA. But one of the other pieces that also is really in the dairy industry is the technology that continues to advance. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that? And then also, you guys have a pretty big project coming up.
The technology in the dairy industry is a fluid beast, always in motion, always seems like it's moving forward. It's hard to keep up with it in reading, much less in application. But we do real good about that. We're updating our parlors right now to be more critical about our readings and things of that nature respective to productions. One of the biggest innovations and advancements in our technology is the digester. We hope to break ground on that within the next couple of weeks. Is slated for this spring. Engineering issues and concerns have us pushed back a little bit. It will digest virtually 100% of the waste coming off of the dairy on a daily basis. It puts that waste in its perfect condition to create the most optimum amount of methane possible.
Okay.
And then it captures and scrubs that methane to a purity of natural gas, meaning you can burn it right in your own homes.
Wow.
And then this company, a third party, will take that natural gas and inject it into national pipeline.
So how does that, so is it transported from the farm via tanker then? Or?
Yes, it'll be compressed onto truckloads. I don't have the details on the volume. It's not going to be a huge volume, meaning it's not going to be a truck every 10 minutes, but it's enough volume for them to justify the activity of doing so.
So what sparked them to want to start this project and do this?
We realize the responsibility we have as being large farmers and being stewards, not only of the land and the livestock in which we are charged with, but the community in which we reside in and we depend on so much for. We feel that this is one of the best things we can do for the community as a whole. And as a byproduct, it is a tremendous help to the environment. One of the effects of this digester activity on the waste is with the molecule that the methane has collects the odor as well. So removing that methane removes, they say, up to 70% of the odor of the waste. And that's a big deal. So we hope that that it has a positive effect on the environment around us and the areas in which we apply this fertilizer to.
And so a piece of that is, so does the volume of waste become reduced through this process too, or is it the odor and the methane are the major benefits?
The methane is the primary focus of collection. The byproduct is the odor goes with it. It doesn't reduce volume. It doesn't change the chemical makeup on it, which is good because this material has enough P and K in it to replace all the fertilizer phosphorus grown out of the ground from the following year or previous year. We sell that back to the farmers for roughly 30 cents on the dollar. And it has a lot of organic matter in it, which you can't buy in a processing plant material. So there's a lot of benefits to this waste back on the ground. And it brings basically the life cycle of the dairy full circle with that operation. We ask the farmers to raise crops for us. We pay them a benefit to raise the crop. We use that crop to feed our cows. We use that waste to refeed the ground. They grow a crop for us again. It kind of brings everything in a life cycle for the dairy.
It's really, the dairy's really optimizing on every aspect and keeps it within themselves.
Well, we try to create win-win-win situations. That being with the farmers that raise the crops for us. They're experts in their fields, and they raise a premium crop, award-winning farmers in this part of the country. And we can't do it better. And so we want to pay them a bonus for doing their job, for allowing us and helping us to do our job. And we want to focus on our dairy. If we take an hour out of our dairy today to do something else, we feel like we may be losing something, and we're dairymen. So we have a lot of outside sources. The digester company is a third-party company. RWV LLG out of Pennsylvania is the digester company that's going to build and operate this digester. It's not a positive cash stream for us. They lease the ground. We feel like our benefit is the benefit of the results of the digester. So that's our primary focus. And cattle care and comfort. Although this does very little with cow care, but it does with community care and community comfort.
I think it's important that the dairy has always supported the community they live in, but also 4-H and FFA are important to the family that owns the dairy.
We reach out, and again, we're reaching out to the communities and the counties that touch Decatur County, expanding what we hope to be our reach in that area, as well as to FFA all over the country, because we have the state national convention here. That week and a half, 2 weeks, we've hosted tour groups from and made reservations for groups far away as Texas and Illinois and Michigan. And a lot of these guys, it's their first ever experience on a dairy farm. They may be involved in a heavily agricultural area and not a livestock area. So we had students from Illinois last year that had never been around livestock. And so it's really a humbling experience for us to give them an experience that may impact them the rest of their lives, and with great hopes it impacts one or two enough to choose a career path in that direction.
I think an interesting distinction here is we hear a lot about agritourism, right? And that people are visiting pumpkin patches and apple orchards and corn mazes, and we call that agritourism. And even northern Indiana has Fair Oaks Dairy, which is a very large dairy in itself, but it has a tourism component. What you're talking about, though, is not agritourism, it's really agri-education,
Yes.
right?
Yes, there is a distinct difference there. We're not in it for a profit. In fact, we charge zero for our tours. We never have demands on the schools that participate in the dairy programs at our school. We host the Area 1, Area 2 dairy judging contests for the 4-Hers around southern Indiana. We try to be as transparent as possible. And with it seems like pretty regular, we are humbled by the people that want to take a tour. In fact, this morning I gave a tour to a 5-year-old, and it was his request for a birthday gift to tour our dairy. Now, what 5-year-old thinks about touring a dairy? And a month ago, we toured for a family, and the grandfather of the family had stage 4 cancer, and this was on his bucket list to come and see the dairy. So how humbling is that? So
anytime there's someone out there that would like to talk about touring, is there a phone number they can reach you at?
812-614-5288. That's a direct line to the Public Relations Office. You can email us at hdfpublicrelations@gmail.com.
Well, we sure appreciate you guys being a great sponsor this year and helping bring the fair to the folks at home that can't be here. And a lot of education goes on, I feel like, through our show, because we're able to get a lot of our different groups and what they do. So we sure appreciate you guys being along for the ride.
Well, we appreciate maintaining ag as a common core value to our community.
All right. Well, we will get ready to head back to break. And when we come back, we are going to get to talk with Laura's rides. We're going to get your ride set up for the year.
We'll work on it. But
That's right.
Thanks, Matt. I think you're going to be back. You're taking tomorrow off. You got to have a day off this week.
He's not coming with the royalty.
He's not coming with royalty. You're more than welcome. Everyone's welcome
That's
to join
right.
us tomorrow at 5 for Cookies with the Queens.
Wow.
But you'll be back on Monday where we'll cover another topic. So thank you, and thanks to all of our great sponsors this year, who include
Decatur County REMC, Obermeyer Agri Group, Decatur County Recycling, the Napoleon State Bank, Stone's Farm Service, George's Pharmacy, Steer Heating and Cooling, Acre Automotive Group, Kokemeyer Brothers, and Dave Henderson for Decatur County School Board. We'll be back in a couple minutes on Tree Country 1330. And yet they tell
On the
me
back.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Decatur County 4-H ground, the farm and home building this evening. It is Saturday night, and we've got the man that everyone comes to see. Andy from Lures is here to talk to us about the Lures Ideal Rides. They opened at 5 tonight. They're opening at 5 tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
so
sir.
there's let's just jump straight in. There's a new thing out there this year that you're going to tell us all
There's
about.
a brand new ride. It's called the Swing Carousel. It's a big swing ride with beautiful Venetian scenery from Italy, all hand-painted artwork, and it's brand new from Italy. Took a couple years to get in, but it's new here this year at the Decatur County Fair.
all right. Now, in addition to that, last year the puppy dog, I call it the puppy dog ride.
The Flying Puppies
The
was
flying
brand new
puppies
last
arrived,
year,
and
yes.
it is back, and it had a line last night.
Yes, people love the Flying Puppies. They're cute little Dalmatians, little music playing. It's a very, very family favorite ride. It's up there.
Now, you also had a ride that you brought back.
The Dragon Wagon roller coaster, which hasn't been around years, we completely went through, and it's like new ride and hasn't been here in years at the Decatur County Fair. And from our gauge, it's been pretty popular the first couple nights of the fair, right up front.
Now, you guys have a very long history at the Decatur County Fair.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
what year is this?
This is our 67th year working with the Decatur County Fair. When my grandparents, Hub and Winnie Lures, started Lures Ideal Rides, part of the original route, the only place we still go to from the original route is Greensburg, Indiana, the Decatur County Fair. And my family is a Catholic family, and I was baptized here at St. Mary's Catholic Church. So we have a lot of ties here.
It's always I love that story too, because I've had the privilege to have you tell that a couple times over the last couple of years about it, but it really shows your commitment to our community, and I hope our commitment to your family with those years of service, but also with you continuing to make investments. So how many routes do you do? What's your season like? How many employees do you have? What's all the kind of the details that people ask about all the time?
This year we are very fortunate. We have a pretty full staff. We have about 90 full-time employees on staff here in Greensburg, Indiana. And while we're here for the week and a half, they're shopping in town. We're filling up our trucks here. We do a lot of work with their truck shops and with Tops Hardware, and we're proud members of the Greensburg community. And we hope that us and all of our staff who are like our family are part of your community for a week, and it's very nice.
All right. Now, you guys also offer a wide array of foods out there on the Midway. So, we've got everything from elephant ears to corn dogs, and what else is out there?
Elephant ears, corn dogs, fried Oreos as a delectable treat. Some say it's overtaking funnel cake for the sweet tooth.
Really?
Yes. And then this year we also have pizza out there with agua fresca drinks, which is a little take on popular Latino beverages that have been part of the kind of the new wave of taste, something different, which is different for fair food, because usually fair food is once a year, but this is different even for us. And of course your cotton candy and caramel apples.
Now, I did enjoy a frozen lemonade last night on the Midway.
Ooh.
So good.
Sounds
Especially
like
in
the
this
frozen
heat.
lemonade weather tonight as well.
Exactly. Now, I'm really interested, you guys travel as a family too. I know we were talking with
Yes, ma'am.
Jean and Lorelai both last night, but Jean was talking about having a grandson working in one of the food booths this
Mm-hmm.
year. How does that work for you guys? And what's that look like as a family unit when it's time to hit the road?
Well, it's a very, very interesting, but it's very good for our family. You learn work ethic, and I have some cousins that are out here with me, and my cousin Krista and I are full time, and some cousins that have taken their work out here that have all grew up coming to Decatur County Fair and done other things. But right now, my cousin's son Thomas, who's 12, you might see him. He's cooking hamburgers and sausages, and that's his full time. And then William, who's 9, he's serving funnel cakes and elephant ears at night. And during the day, though, he has a side business where he washes trucks.
I heard about
Yes,
this last night.
yes.
It sounds like he's got a good gig going.
He's got a good gig. He's probably going to get my golf cart a second time tomorrow. He's going back to school in a couple weeks, and he's trying to pay for some fun stuff.
Now, when do you have a season that kicks off? Like, do you guys really get back on the road, say, in March, or do you have a time frame that you're off?
Well, Lures Ideal Rides officially starts the second full week of April in a festival in St. Louis. But we take some of the larger equipment, some of the big rides, and some of the food. We're purveyors at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, which is the largest event in North America now. But us and 3 other companies work together to put that on. So I am personally on the road from beginning of February through the second week of October. So we have a little bit of time off.
Oh,
Yes.
just a little bit, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, we can't thank you guys enough for coming back year after year. I know you continue to make improvements just as we do on our side of the fairgrounds as well.
We enjoy it, and we enjoy it. We see all the improvements in your park because we utilize them. Our company picnic is held here in Greensburg traditionally the day before we open, and that we use the new bago boards or cornhole boards, if you will, out in the park for the championship match, which was very highly contested. And then we were at the bowling alley Wednesday night. So we enjoy the fruits of Greensburg, and we hope everybody needs to know in your town how nice the park is over here, and how nice it is in comparison to everything else in the Midwest. We love it.
Now, you guys do have a couple special nights still yet to go here at the fair as far as ticket specials.
Yes. Starting tomorrow, we have 3 straight nights of ticket specials. Tomorrow evening, after the parade, we open 5 p.m., maybe right around the parade setting. It's discount ticket night. Every ride's 1 ticket off. So, for instance, the Dragon Wagon roller coaster we talked about, it's usually 3 tickets. Tomorrow will be 2. Then Monday, we have the anticipated 1 ticket a ride, any ticket from any year, 1 ticket per ride. Tuesday is a date night, buddy night, 2 for Tuesday. Mayor and I can get on the Ferris wheel for the price of 1. And then Wednesday, of course, with the fair has a sponsor, I believe, for the free parking at the fair.
It is,
Yep.
yes. So a lot of big nights yet to come.
Yes.
You guys have kicked off with a pretty good start here at the Decatur County Fair.
Yes, we have. We kicked off with a 1 ticket a ride, and last night they got the races off. And props to the fair and the group putting on the fair on Thursday night. We had a little bit of rain, and they still had a grandstand event. It might not have seen too much effects of it on the midway, but I know they had a good amount of people racing ATVs late in the night.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I will see you. We're gonna hit the midway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him out there. It's
Okay.
gonna happen.
Okay.
So
we'll see you out there. See you out there tonight.
Well, we may find something, and actually, Andy and I were talking about before we went on that the Dragon coaster hasn't been around maybe since we were young.
Yes.
Too.
Well, now we're too tall.
Now we're too tall.
Yeah.
You're
yeah.
so tall to ride it, and you're too tall. Dang it.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
We'll get. You just want to get out of the.
I was
Feral
gonna
Fury.
say, he found
wants
it.
to get. I think we need to get him on the orbiter up there.
Not a bad idea.
Uh-huh.
yeah. I don't
He's
know.
getting. You see the sweat starting,
Yeah.
getting a little nervous.
It's just hot. But thanks.
Is
Andy.
it-
No matter what, you'll eat after. All right.
There we go. Thanks, Andy. Thanks to Lures for continuing to be great partners with us. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back, I think, for our wrap-up, but then we're going to do the Farmer of the Week, or Farmer of the Day as well. So we'll be back from the Decatur County 4-H Fairgrounds in just 2 minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Welcome back to the Decatur County Fairgrounds. It is Saturday night, so much going on. It looks like the crowd is picking up out there. The food booths are opened up. And real quick, I want to get a quick plug in. For the Community Healthcare Clinic, they're selling fresh sliced watermelon. It's ice cold, $3 a slice. So head on over and find that. Right now, we are joined tonight by Robin Meyer with the Fall Festival. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Good to be here.
You've got lots and lots of stuff coming up for the Fall Festival. So
We do. The Fall Festival's coming up September 20th and 21st. Be on the downtown square, as always. Last year, we had over 17,000 visitors to our festival, so we're hoping to do a little bit better than that yet this year.
all right, so you also have some great music lined up for entertainment in the
We do.
evenings. Tell us about that.
We do. Well, Friday night, we're going to kick it off with our pageant for our junior, our little misses, our Miss Tree City, like we do every year. So that'll start at 6 o'clock at the stage area, which is going to be next to Pickers, where it always is. We're going to have Keith Whitley Jr. is going to be playing. He's country music, so a lot of people know him. They know his dad. His dad was Keith Whitley, and his mother was Lori Morgan.
Yeah.
So anyway, he'll be playing. He'll be our first band out Friday night. We'll take a little bit of a break when he's done, and then we're going to another country music duo called American Blonde. There are a couple of young and up-and-coming country music stars, so they're going to be our highlight, I guess, Friday night. So Friday night's going to be country music, kind of like it's been in the past. So country music people, come on out, wear your cowboy hats, and have a good time.
All right. You'll have food vendors, crafters, all of that set up across
We're
the
going to
square.
have we've already got over 100 food vendors, crafts lined up for all over the square. And we know the project on Washington Street's going to be done by then, so all that'll be opened up and new. So come down and check that out too. But lots of vendors. The vendors will be setting up some Thursday night, mostly Friday, but Friday night, all day Saturday. We'll have over 100 vendors there.
And it's also expanded a little bit north on Broadway this year too. I know the road closure
Yes.
request sort of came to help with that, which is great. It shows growth, expansion, and yeah, the Franklin Street project is all on track to get wrapped up by then. Globe Asphalt and Shooty Excavating have partnered up on that.
That's right.
And there's great work being done, but it's going to even serve the Fall Festival better, hopefully with some electrical improvements and things like that too. So we're excited to see it. One of the other things that's always a big deal for the Fall Festival is the parade as well. We talked with Taylor Gramman earlier about Merrill Smith and his impact on our community.
Yes.
That's a Merrill Smith project.
That was
so
it.
Who's picking up the mantle for that this year?
Well, Taylor's picking up the mantle this year.
Okay.
So, it was unfortunately we lost Merrill. Everybody knows that. Merrill was instrumental in so many, especially out here at the fair. I mean, everywhere you turn, Merrill touched something here at the fair. But he did things more than just the fair. And he was always the go-to on the parade for the Fall Festival. We like to joke around with Merrill because he's not up on technology. We still did paper applications for the parade and all that, but we sure going to miss Merrill. We're already missing him in our meetings. But Taylor, she's got big shoes to fill, and she knows that. The parade's going to be 10 o'clock Saturday morning, and we're hoping to have the biggest, best parade ever. So everybody come on out. You can line up Broadway all the way down to the square, and then it'll circle around the square like it always does. But we'll be announcing the floats on the main stage as we do every year too. So again, that starts at 10 o'clock. You won't want to miss the parade on Saturday.
If I've heard the theme, I've forgotten, or have you not released it yet?
It's Heroes Among Us. So we're going to be talking about heroes.
Okay.
We're going to be talking about heroes. Yep.
Very nice. Good,
Yep, and
good
also-
choice this year.
Also, Saturday morning, we have the car show. We have a car show at Gill and Howe parking lot. That'll start about 9 o'clock in the morning. So come down and check that out.
And is the 5K also
Yep,
on?
it's 5K, and I think that's at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's right.
So if you want to run a 5K and
Run a
then
5K,
come do the parade.
come back, go to the car show, do the parade.
Well, there's breakfast in between there, though. I'm trying to think of the group that does the breakfast in the church basement.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
the Junior
Yes.
The Junior Optimist,
Yep.
yeah. So see, you
So
can,
it's a pancake breakfast, right?
yeah. So you can run your 5K. You can get your
You
breakfast
get
and
your
replenish.
carbs and replenish and
That's
all
right.
that. Yeah.
There's a
I-
lot that
I actually don't think it is. I think it's the Kiwanis. Is it the
is it
Kiwanis?
the
that do it?
Kiwanis?
You know,
I think the Junior Optimist serve. Anyway, we should figure that out.
We
before
should
go
figure
on.
that
Yeah,
out.
it might be the Kiwanis because I know
Yeah.
Merrill was involved in that as well, and he was passing out free breakfast for us last year that he purchased. So
And I think one of the other things too, Main Street's going to be back with the beer garden this year. There,
yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not. So, but there's going to be plenty of refreshments, I promise you.
okay.
All right. Well,
I
it's, you know,
promise you.
it takes all year to plan this. A lot of people
It
think,
does.
you know, it just snap your fingers and here it is. You guys invest so much time of your own. This is a
That's right.
volunteer.
There's a big group. It's not me. It's everybody. We got a lot of people in our committee, and we meet every month, sometimes more often. We got subcommittees that meet throughout that month too. So it doesn't just happen in a month or two. But you know, this time of year is when we get all ramped up, and we're looking forward to it. We got a big show Saturday night as well. So Saturday night, not only is the class of Greensburg 1984 having their 40th class reunion at the Fall Festival, which I'm a part of. Good to know. But also, we've got a couple of 80s bands, cover bands coming Saturday night. So Saturday night, Silver Springs is the name of the band. They're a Fleetwood Mac cover band.
Oh, fun.
So everybody loves Fleetwood Mac.
Right.
And then we've got a Foreigner. Midnight Blue is the Foreigner cover band. So they'll follow up. So we got country music Friday night. We got 80s Saturday night. So everybody's going to have a good time.
A great weekend in Decatur
You
County.
bet.
That's for
Great
sure.
weekend everywhere.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. We appreciate you being on
good.
tonight.
Thank you.
And we will take a quick 2-minute break. We'll come back and wrap up, and then we will have our Farmer of the Day on Tree Country 1330. It's been a great night. Lots of visitors tonight.
It has been, and thanks to all of our special guests. And then tomorrow is the big day. It's Sunday for the Decatur County 4-H Fair Parade, which is always a big one. It's always
is.
very well attended. But then after the fair parade, we have a very special event that we're hosting as a part of a whole community effort.
We are. We'll have Cookies with the Queen tomorrow. So as soon as the parade is over, join us here in the Farm and Home Building. We'll have Miss Indiana State Fair, Miss Decatur County, Miss Tree City, and the 4-H Queen. We'll all be here to visit. There'll be punch as well as cookies, tiara making, balloon wands will be made, and then there will also be a photo opportunity to take your picture with all of the royalty, and those will be professional photographs that you can download. That's all for no cost at all. It'll be here in the Farm and Home Building until 6 o'clock. So join us after the parade tomorrow. We will be here, and we're excited for that. What else we got tomorrow?
Rides will open at 5 tomorrow
That's
night.
right.
We talked with Andy about that. Of course, the grandstand event tomorrow evening as well. So it's it looks like the weather's going to be pretty good. I don't think it's going to rain. That's my official meteorology
Your
information
forecast?
kicking in right there.
Okay,
So
tomorrow night's the rodeo, and it starts at 6:30. So and it's a full rodeo this year. Last year they did just bull riding, I believe, and this year they went with the full gamut. So.
Okay. Well, we look forward to seeing everybody out there. As always, Holzbosch Dairy has presented the Live at 5 on WTRE, which is powered by Cobia Solar from the Vinyl Solution stage. And then we have a lot of other sponsors for this evening's show.
We want to thank Decatur County REMC, Obermeyer Agri Group, Decatur County Recycling, the Napoleon State Bank, Stone's Farm Service, George's Pharmacy, Steer Heating and Cooling, Acre Automotive Group, Hookmeyer Brothers, and Dave Henderson for Decatur County School Board. We're going to send it over to Kathy now with our Farmer of the Day, presented by Etho Insurance, Beth Amrine, and we'll see you tomorrow night for Cookies with the Queen.
All right. Well, we're here tonight at the Decatur County Fair. Our Farmer of the Day, Kenny and Becky, Debbie, and kiddos are here with them. And so we are excited to have you guys. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about your background. And I know it's a farm family, right?
Yes.
All right. Tell us a little bit about your agricultural roots.
So I grew up on a farm about 3 miles north of Millhausen with my I have a brother that's 2 years younger, and my mom and dad, my grandma and grandpa. My dad's parents lived a quarter mile away. We raised hogs on the farm at both places till about 20 years ago. We stopped raising, and Dad got more into the selling seed side, which he's always done for 40 years with a couple different companies. And he got more into that, got out of the hogs. The hog price wasn't good, so he decided to get out of that about the time we got married. And he got into that more. Kenny worked as a mechanic in Rushville and Greensburg, and was my grandpa was getting more out of it and getting older and couldn't do as much. And Kenny would come home after working in Rushville all day, come home and help on the farm. And so he decided to quit mechanicking on cars and become full-time on the farm. So.
All right. Can you tell me a little bit about where you grew up and about your family?
So I grew up just outside of Greensburg. Went to school to be a mechanic, work on cars. So I'm the second youngest out of 8 children. My grandma owned a farm, but always cash rented it out. So I grew up around a farm, but not on a farm. So like Becky said, kind of married into it after helping out on the farm. So I've been full-time on the farm for about 15 years now, selling seed with her dad, and just doing that, and always loved to be around the farm stuff. So it's kind of natural, and it's fun, and it's what I like to do. So,
did you ever think years ago when you were like high school and planning your future, this is what you would be doing?
I kind of always wanted to be on the farm. Yeah, I always loved being around it and just watching, out the window when everybody be out farming, and it's kind of in my blood. So
yeah, and I think that it has to be to do it, because I think it's such a dedication, and it's just your way of life when you get into it. So what crops do you guys raise?
So we raise corn and soybeans. Sometimes we raise wheat, not all the time, and then we raise some cattle every year, just a small herd. And then we sell Beck's hybrids seed, and we got somewhere around 70 to 80 customers that we service doing that. So
that's full-time.
Full-time on both ends.
Yeah. So Kenny, you're on the farm all the time. Becky, now you're there quite a lot, right?
I'm there part-time. I work in town in a glass shop 2 to 3 days a week, and then the rest of the time I'm at the farm doing odd ends, doing book work, or helping. We have to go get the seed sometimes from Atlanta, Indiana. So I'll ride in the truck, go get seed, help customers when they come in, load or unload with the fork truck, and take care of that kind of stuff. So
okay, so let's talk about your mom and dad real quick here. So just kind of introduce everybody to your parents.
Yeah, so mom and dad have been married for 45 years now. They grew up they grew up within a quarter mile of each other, but didn't know each other until after my dad graduated and started running around with mom's brother.
There you go.
So they literally, you could almost, if it wasn't for a woods, you could see their houses from each other, but didn't know each other till then. So got married because mom went to Oldenburg Academy and dad went to Greensburg, so they didn't really go around, get around each other much. But they, like I said, been married 45 years and been living in the same place, raised me and my brother on the farm. We rode in tractors and four-wheelers and, all that stuff. Helped out in the field when we were younger. When they let us drive a tractor, we'd get out and help and do all that. And then, like I said, we raised hogs. So my brother and I would get in and, they're born on the farm too. So we raised them from babies on up, bred them and all that. So just to sell to Pavies. We didn't do it for like 4-H stuff. We did it to sell at Pavies and stuff for the meat. But we'd get in there and grab the pigs and do all that stuff and then separate them and run them all through all that fun stuff. So
You were the farm hands.
yes, we were the farm hands.
Absolutely.
Definitely. And then my grandma and grandpa, Kuntz, dad's parents, we'd go between both farms. It was where part of the hogs were. The buildings were on our place. The mama and daddy's male hogs and sows were up at grandma's, and then we'd move them back and forth. So we were always doing something.
Yeah, it kept you busy.
Every
and-
month you'd cycle some in and out. So
Yeah, just continuously busy.
yep.
Yeah. So as farming changes every single day, and I know with you guys in the seed business, you see that.
Definitely.
A lot.
Every year.
Yeah. So kind of give us an idea. I mean, future wise, here we're kind of at that point where things are kind of slowed down just because of the politics and the economy and all of that. So what are you guys feeling when you look at the face of agriculture in the next few years?
Well, I mean, hopefully, the small farms don't get bought out because ourselves, dad owns property and Kenny and I we are taking over all the renting ground. But it's from a good neighbor, a landlord and stuff that we have that dad's been with for many years. So we're taking over the rented down ground and dad's taking over, just going to do his own ground that he owns. So hopefully, it's scary sometimes with the price of corn and stuff. And that's kind of why I don't work full time either, because we need a guaranteed paycheck.
Sure.
Outside of the farm, just in case something would happen, because you never know. With $3 corn and stuff, I write big checks out that you have to make sure you have corn and beans sold from the year before from harvest to cover, and you just never know. Hopefully, it'll go back up and stuff, but. Yeah, politics plays a big part in it that people do not realize.
And things change in the blink of an eye.
Yes,
they really do. I mean, weather, everything.
Luckily, we're not like just recently was it Nebraska where I seen pictures. We are lucky we don't get the hail and stuff that it wiped out the corn and it probably won't make it.
Yeah.
So luckily we don't get that too bad around here.
But we can.
We can.
You never know.
Yeah.
The weather changes.
I always say it's like every day we get up and go to the casino. You don't know what's gonna by the end of the day.
And every day's a gamble on the farm.
It is. Yep. Yeah, the health of your herds, the weather, everything plays into it.
With livestock and all that. I mean, you could go in and you got a down cow or and things change. I mean, even moving cattle, I've been hurt before. You don't know what's going to happen that day.
It does. It does. Every day is a challenge. So the kids, introduce your kids to us.
So we have 3 kids. We have 2 of them here. Charlie is 8 and going into 2nd grade. Michaela is 12 and going into 7th grade. And we have a 17-year-old, almost 18-year-old that'll be a senior this year. He's over working the Boy Scout pop booth right now. So,
are any of the kids interested in going into farming?
You want to farm?
You want to
Get
be
older?
a farmer, Charlie?
Not really.
Not really.
Maybe. You like riding in the tractor with Dad?
Maybe.
You
Right.
like to help out.
Maybe part time.
Yep.
Yeah.
You go out and feed the cows with me, don't you?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
riding the tractor when Dad's in the field. Riding the big tractor.
He likes the fun stuff.
He does.
Yes.
Yes.
What
Not
about you?
Michaela.
I might work part time because there is another job that I kind of want to do also.
Uh-huh.
So I might work part time.
So what's kind of your favorite thing to do on the farm?
We have some kittens and that are at both farms, and I like to go out and feed them and see if I can find all the babies because there's
Yeah.
different babies.
Yeah, you sound like me when I was a little girl. One of my favorite
me, yep.
things. Yeah, for sure. Well, we want to thank you guys for being our farmer of the day, Becky and Kenny, and thank you so much. And it's nice to have all of you here with us today. Big thank you to Beth Ann Ryan. She's our Ethos Insurance agent and sponsored our segment tonight. And we appreciate our farmers. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to get you guys a picture here with this.